Hare Krishna. Let's continue the Nectar of Devotion, chapter 22. Okay, qualities of Sri Krishna. Further explained. 31. Heroic. A person who is very enthusiastic in military activities and expert in releasing different kinds of weapon is called heroic. Regarding Krishna's heroism in fighting, there is a following statement: My dear, killing of enemy, just as the elephant, while taking bath in the lake, destroy all the lotus stems within the water by swinging its trunk. So simply by moving your arms, which are compared to the trunks of elephants, you have killed so many lotus like enemies. Regarding Krishna's expertise in releasing weapons, when Jarasandha and 13 divisions of soldiers attacked Krishna's army, they were unable to hurt even one soldier on the side of Krishna. This was due to Krishna's expert military training. This is unique in the history of military art. 32. Compassionate. A person who is unable to bear another's distress is called compassionate. Krishna's compassion for distressed persons was exhibited when he released all of the kings imprisoned by Magadhendra while dying. Grandfather Bhishma prayed to Krishna and described him as a sun which eradicated darkness. The kings imprisoned by Magadhendra were put into dark cells, and when Krishna appeared there, the darkness immediately disappeared, just as if the sun had risen. In other words, although Magadhendra was able to imprison so many kings upon the appearance of Krishna, they were all released. Krishna released the kings out of his sincere compassion for them. Krishna's compassion was also exhibited when grandfather Bhishma was lying on the bed of arrows which has been shot through his body. While lying in this position, Bhishma was very anxious to see Krishna, and thus Krishna appeared there. Upon seeing the pitiable condition of Bhishma, Krishna began speaking with tears in his eyes. Not only was he shedding tears, but he also forgot himself in his compassion. Therefore, instead of offering obeisances to Krishna directly, devotees offer obeisances to his compassionate nature. Actually, because Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, it is very difficult to approach him. But the devotees taking advantage of his compassionate nature, which is represented by Radharani, always pray to Radharani for Krishna's compassion. हम डायरेक्टली कृष्ण को अप्रोच कभी नहीं कर सकते। इसमें बता रहे हैं कि जो कंपैशनेट नेचर है कृष्णा का, जब वो भीष्म देव को एरो से छन्नी हुए बेड पे लेटा देखते हैं, तो उस टाइम पे वो भगवान को पुकारते हैं और भगवान वहाँ तुरंत अपीयर हो जाते हैं। और भगवान उनको देख के, अपने भक्तों को भगवान ऐसे देख के उनकी आँखों में आंसू आ जाते हैं। आंसू तो आते ही है, साथ में वो अपने आप को ही खो जाते हैं, वो खुद को भूल जाते हैं। कृष्णा खुद को ही भूल के भावुक हो जाते हैं। तो इसमें हमें ये दिखाता है कि कृष्ण को पाना बहुत ही कठिन है, लेकिन जब कृष्ण का जो कंपैशनेट नेचर है ना, कंपैशन वाला जो नेचर है, उसको विभुर कर देंगे अगर हम, तो हम कृष्ण को पा सकेंगे, है ना। तो कृष्ण का कंपैशनेट सबसे ज़्यादा कृष्ण राधा रानी में है, ठीक है। तो राधा रानी से हमें हमेशा प्रे करना चाहिए कि कृष्णा के कंपैशन के लिए हमें राधा रानी से हमेशा प्रे करना चाहिए, तब जाके हमें कृष्ण मिलेंगे। Respectful. A person who shows adequate respect to a spiritual master, a Brahman, and an old person is to be understood as being respectful. When superior persons assemble before Krishna, Krishna first of all offered respect to his spiritual master, then to his father, and then to his elder brother Balaram. In this way, Lord Krishna, the lotus eyed, was completely happy and pure at heart in all of his dealings. रिस्पेक्टफुल। कृष्णा खुद बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्पेक्टफुल है अपने स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर के लिए। वो सबसे पहले अपने स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर को प्रणाम करते हैं, ठीक है। ऐसे तो सबसे जो ब्राह्मण होते हैं और जो सबसे ओल्डर होते हैं उनको हम मतलब उनको रिस्पेक्टफुल मानते हैं, लेकिन अगर कृष्ण को के सामने अगर सब खड़े हैं तो कृष्ण सबसे पहले स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर को ऑबिसेंसेस देंगे, उसके बाद से अपने पिता को, फिर बलराम जी को। ये एक परंपरा कृष्ण भी हम फॉलो करके हमें बता रहे हैं कि ही इज़ हाउ ही इज़ रिस्पेक्टफुल टू अदर्स। Gentle. Any person who neither becomes impudent nor exhibits a puffed up nature is called gentle. The example of Krishna's gentle behavior was manifested when he was coming to the arena of the Rajasura sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Yudhishthir, Krishna's older cousin. Maharaj Yudhishthir knew that Krishna was the supreme personality of Godhead and he was attempting to get down from his chariot to receive Krishna. But before Yudhishthir could get down, Lord Krishna got down from his own chariot and immediately fell at the lotus at the feet of the king. Even though Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, he never forgets to show social etiquette in his daily. Liberal. Any person who is by his natural behavior very mild and is called liberal. A statement by Uddhav after the Samantak jewel plundering. ये कृष्णा बुक में पढ़ा है ना हमने, जब ज्वेलरी, ठीक है। A plundering confirmed that Krishna is so kind and favorable that if a servitor is accused even of great offense, Krishna does not take this into consideration. He simply considers the service that is rendered to him by his devotees. Sai. A person who sometimes exhibits humility and bashfulness is called shy. As described in the Lalita Madhav, Krishna's shyness was manifested when he lifted Govardhan hill by the little finger of his left hand. All of the gopis were observing Krishna's wonderful achievement, and Krishna was also smiling at seeing the gopis. When Krishna's glance went over the breast of the gopis, his hand began to shake, and upon seeing his hand shake, all of the cowherd men underneath the heel became a little disturbed. Then there was a tumultuous roaring sound, and they all began to pray to Krishna for safety. At this time, Lord Balram was smiling, thinking that these cowherd men had been frightened by the shaking of Govardhan hill, but still Balram smiled. But seeing Balram smile, Krishna thought that Balram had understood his mind in observing the breast of the gopis, and he immediately became bashful. शर्मा जाते हैं. Protector of surrendered soul. कृष्ण के बारे में जितना सुना उतना ही कम लगता है ना. फिर भी मैं बुक्स कंप्लीट नहीं कर पा रही हूँ. Anyways, protector of surrendered souls. Krishna is the protector of all surrendered souls. Some enemy of Krishna's was enlivened with the thought that he need not fear Krishna because if he simply surrender unto him, Krishna would give him all protection. Krishna is sometimes compared to the moon, which does not hesitate to distribute its soothing rays even on the horses of the Chandals and other untouchables. Happy. Any person who is always joyful and untouched by any distress is called happy. As far as Krishna's enjoyment is concerned, it is stated that the ornaments which decorated the bodies of Krishna and his queens were beyond the dreams of Kuvera, the treasurer of the heavenly kingdom. The constant dancing before the doors of Krishna's palace was not to be imagined even by the demigods in the heavenly kingdom. In the heavenly kingdom, Indra always seeing the dancing of the society girls, but even Indra could not imagine how beautiful were the dances being performed at the gates of Krishna's palace. Gauri means white woman, and Lord Shiva's wife is called Gauri. The beautiful women residing within the palace of Krishna were so much whiter than Gauri that they were compared to the moonshine and they were constantly visible to Krishna. Therefore, no one can be enjoying more than Krishna. The conception of enjoyment is beautiful women, ornaments, and riches, and all of these were fabulously present in the palace of Krishna, defeating even the imagination of Kuvera, Lord Indra, or Lord Shiva. Not even a slight distress can touch Krishna. Once some of the gopis went to the place where the Brahmanas were performing sacrifices and said, "Dear wives of the Brahmanas, you must know that not even a slight smell of distress can touch Krishna. He knows no loss, he knows no defamation, he has no fear, he has no anxiety, and he does not know calamity. He is simply encircled by the dancers of Braj and is enjoying their company in the Rasa dance." Well-wisher of his devotees. It is said of Krishna's devotee that if they offer even a little water or a tulsi leaf in a devotion to Lord Vishnu is so kind that he will sell himself to them. कहने की बात नहीं है, एक्चुअल में एक पत्ता भी, मतलब तुलसी का पत्ता भी ऑफर करने से कृष्ण हमें मिल सकते हैं। इस बात को बहुत इजी लिया गया जाता है। जैसे जब हम डिवोशनल सर्विस प्रैक्टिस करते हैं तो उसमें बहुत सारे लोगों का कहना होता है कि इतना कुछ करने की क्या ज़रूरत है ना। वो तब ये फिलॉसफी निकालते हैं जो ये हमारे सामने समक्ष रखा गया है कि भगवान को विष्णु हमें मिल सकते हैं, वो खुद को ही बेच देते हैं अगर हम एक भाव से प्रेम से तुलसी पत्र भी उनको अर्पित करते हैं। पर बात यहाँ ये है ना कि वो हाई फिलॉसफी समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं। एक्चुअल में एक तुलसी पत्र से सच में भगवान मिल सकते हैं, पर हम इतना डिवोशनल प्रैक्टिस कर क्यों रहे हैं? फिर ये सर्विसेज करने का प्रैक्टिस जो कर रहे हैं वो क्यों कर रहे हैं? जैसे कि जो व्यवहार हम बचपन से लेकर अभी तक कर रहे थे, जैसे कि 25 साल तक जो व्यवहार मैंने किया, उस तरीके से मेरा एक संस्कार डेवलप हो गया है ना। अब मेरा जो संस्कार है मैं उसी तरह से एक्ट करूँगी, ठीक है। वो चाहे बुरे संस्कार हों, जैसे चोरी करना मेरा संस्कार है, तो मैं अगर चोरी करते आई हूँ तो मुझे वो करने में कोई बहुत वो नहीं लगेगा, है ना। तो जो संस्कार मेरे अंदर डेवलप हो चुका है उस संस्कार से तो मैं वो चीज़ करूँगी तो बहुत ईज़िली भी करके उस चीज़ को अचीव कर लूँगी, है ना। प्रैक्टिस में आ गया वो चीज़। वैसे ही है ये डिवोशनल सर्विस, हम ये प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं उस लेवल तक जाने में। वो चेतना भक्तों का कैसा होगा कि भगवान को एक पुष्प अर्पित करने से भगवान मिल सकते हैं। वो पुष्प अर्पित करना एक्शन नहीं है, वो जो भाव से अर्पित कर रहे हैं ना, वो भाव ही तो डेवलप नहीं हो पाएगा हमारे अंदर। खैर मेरे से इंसान से हो नहीं सकता, लेकिन मैं एक बात बता रही हूँ कि हम कितना प्रैक्टिस करें, हम कितना ज़्यादा भगवान को प्रेम करें कि हम पुष्प अर्पित करें तो हम भगवान को स्वीकार कर लें। वो प्रेम का लेवल कितना होगा ये इम्पोर्टेंट है। और वो प्रेम का लेवल तभी डेवलप हो सकता है जब हम उसको अपने संस्कार में लाएंगे। जब तक हम अपने एक्शंस में हम जब परफॉर्म नहीं करेंगे ना, तब तक हम कृष्ण को कोई भी, हम मटेरियल चीज़ों को भी देख सकते हैं ना। हम कोई भी चीज़ मटेरियल और स्पिरिचुअल में बस इतना ही फ़र्क है एक्शंस का। जो एक्शंस हम मटेरियल के लिए करते हैं वो मटेरियल चीज़ों में अचीवमेंट लाता है, जो हम स्पिरिचुअल के लिए करेंगे वो स्पिरिचुअल चीज़ों में अचीवमेंट लाएगा। ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है कि हम दिल में तो भगवान बसते हैं ना, हमारे हृदय में भगवान हैं, भगवान मिल गए, हम तो हर क्षण भगवान हमारे साथ ही तो हैं। भगवान को ढूंढना क्यों है? भगवान को विग्रह की सेवा क्यों करनी है ना। मूर्ति में भगवान को मत ढूंढो ना, वो तो हमारे अंदर है। ऐसे से जो लोग स्टेटमेंट्स बोलते हैं वो इसलिए बोलते हैं, ठीक है, क्योंकि वो इस डिफरेंस को समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं। डिफरेंस यही है कि अगर हमें स्पिरिचुअल अचीवमेंट चाहिए, अगर हमें कृष्ण भी चाहिए ना, प्रोसेस अलग हो सकता है, प्रैक्टिस अलग हो सकता है, लेकिन एक्शंस आपको इंद्रियों का यूज़ करना ही पड़ेगा, ठीक है। भगवान ने सेंसेस जो दिए हैं ना हमें, वो इसीलिए दिए हैं। ये तो कुछ बहुत सारे जानवरों में सेंसेस नहीं है, बहुत सारे बर्ड्स में वो सेंसेस नहीं है, बोलने का, पढ़ने, बहुत सारी चीज़ों का सेंसेस नहीं है ना। वो इन्वायरमेंट नहीं है, इसलिए मनुष्य नाम वो है ना सहर्ष। मुझे तो श्लोकास नहीं आते, पर मुझे ये चीज़ आइडिया है कि मनुष्य जन्म कितना मुश्किल से और क्यों ही मिला है, ये टॉप मोस्ट क्यों बोलते हैं, इसलिए। खैर लेट्स रीड। हाँ, Krishna's favoritism toward his devotees was exhibited in his fight with Bhishma. When grandfather Bhishma was lying at the point of death on the bed of arrows, Krishna was present before him, and Bhishma was remembering how Krishna had been kind to him on the battlefield. Krishna had promised that in the battle of Kurukshetra he would not even touch a weapon to help either side. He would remain neutral. Although Krishna was Arjuna's charioteer, he had promised that he would not help Arjuna by using any weapon. By one day, Bhisma, in order to nullify Krishna's promise, exhibited his fighting spirit so magnificently against Arjuna that Krishna was obliged to get down from his chariot, taking up a broken chariot while he ran toward grandfather Bhisma as a lion runs toward an elephant to kill it. Grandfather Bhisma remembered this scene and he later praised Krishna too for his glorious favoritism towards his devotee Arjuna, even at the risk of breaking his own promise. ये बहुत अच्छा स्टोरी लगता है मुझे, मतलब ये प्रसंग जो भी है ना, ये बहुत पसंद है मुझे, क्योंकि इसमें भगवान ऐसा फील कराते हैं एक्चुअल में कि भगवान से भी ज़्यादा, भगवान की प्रॉमिस से भी ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है भक्तों की प्रॉमिस भगवान के लिए। मतलब ऐसा ऐसा कौन होता होगा? इंसान ही ऐसा है कि मतलब इंसान ईगो में आके मैं तो नहीं कर रहा है ना, लेकिन भगवान भीष्मदेव से भगवान ने प्रतिज्ञा लिया था कि भगवान कोई भी अस्त्र नहीं उठाएंगे, है ना। तो भीष्मदेव ने बोला कि भीष्मदेव ने बोला नहीं, भीष्मदेव ने ऐसा मजबूर कर दिया कि भगवान को अपने रथ से उतर के चक्के का पहिया को उठाना ही पड़ गया, है ना, चलाने के लिए। तो भगवान का प्रतिज्ञा टूट जाता है। तो वो भीष्मदेव उस सैया पे सो के ना वो याद कर रहे हैं कि भगवान चाहते तो वो नहीं भी कर सकते थे, ठीक है, भगवान सब कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। वो करने का एकमात्र ही उद्देश्य यही था भगवान का कि भगवान अपनी प्रतिज्ञा तोड़ना चाहते थे, क्योंकि भीष्मदेव का प्रतिज्ञा फुलफिल हो पाए। दिस इज़ वेरी बिग थिंग। कृष्णा से परफेक्ट और कृष्णा से काइंड कोई नहीं है। कई बार खुशी होती है मुझे इस चीज़ सोच के कि मुझे कृष्ण भक्ति का रास्ता मिला है, पर बहुत बार दुख भी होता है कि इस प्रयास करने के रास्ते पे चल रही हूँ, कहाँ तक पहुँचूँगी पता नहीं, कब तक ये बुद्धि, ये चेतना मेरे अंदर रहेगा, कब तक भगवान मुझे ऐसा कृपा करेंगे कि मैं भक्ति कर पाऊँगी। कई बार मैं भूल जाती हूँ भगवान को, कई बार। कितने लोगों का सहयोग, कितने लोगों का कृपा है मेरे ऊपर, वैष्णव की कृपा है ऑब्वियसली, तब जाके इतने सारे लोगों की मेहनत से मैं अभी अकेले रह के भी सरवाइव कर रही हूँ। बस मेरी यही प्रार्थना है कि मेरा नुकसान हो चलेगा, पर उन भक्तों का जिन्होंने मेरे ऊपर बहुत काम किया ना, उनके लिए मेरी भक्ति ना छूटे बस, नहीं तो उनका मेहनत व्यर्थ रहेगा। मैं तो लायक नहीं हूँ, पर फिर भी मुझे लायक बनना है उनके लिए जिन्होंने मेरे लिए इतने एफर्ट्स लगाए हैं। लेट्स कंटिन्यू, है ना। Controlled by love, Krishna become obliged to the loving spirit of the devotee and not exactly to the service rendered. No one can serve Krishna completely. He is so complete and self-sufficient that he has no need of any service from the devotee. It is the devotee's attitude of love and affection for Krishna that makes him obliged. A very nice example of this obligatory behavior was manifested when Sudama Vipra went to Krishna's palace. Sudama Vipra had been a class friend of Krishna's, and due to his poverty, he was induced by his wife to seek Krishna to request some aid. When Sudama Vipra reached Krishna's palace, Krishna received him very well, and both he and his wife washed the feet of Sudama Vipra, showing respect to the Brahmana, remembering his loving affairs with Sudama in their childhood. Krishna began to shed tears while receiving him. Another instance of Krishna's obligation to his devotees is described in the 10th canto, 9th chapter, verse 18 of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Sukdev Goswami tells King Parikshit, "My dear king, when Mother Yashoda was pers- Sukdev Goswami tells King Parikshit, "My dear king, when Mother Yashoda was perspiring, tired of trying to bind Krishna up with rope, Krishna agreed to allow her to bind him. Krishna, as a child, was disturbing his mother by his naughty activities, and she wanted to bind him up. Mother Yashoda brought some rope from the house and tried to tie up the child, but she could not tie a knot due to the shortness of the rope. She tied together many ropes, but when she finished, still the rope was too short. After a while, she felt very tired and began to perspire. At that time, Krishna agreed to be bound by his mother. In other words, no one can bind Krishna by any means other than love. He is bound only by obligation to his devotees because of their ecstatic love for him. All auspicious. 41. All auspicious. A person who is always engaged in auspicious welfare activities for everyone is known as all auspicious. After the disappearance of Lord Krishna from this planet, Uddhav began to remember the activities of the Lord and said, "Krishna satisfied all great sages by his wonderful pastimes. He demolished all of the demonic activities of the cruel royal order, protected all pious men, and killed all cruel fighters on the battlefield. Therefore, he is always auspicious for all means. Most powerful, a person who can always put his enemy into calamities is called powerful. When Krishna was present on this planet, just as the powerful sun drive all darkness to take shelter in caves, he drove away all of his enemies who fled like wolves to take shelter beyond his sight. All famous. 43. A person who becomes well known due to his spotless character is called famous. It is stated that the diffusion of Krishna's fame is like the moonshine, which turns darkness into light. In other words, if Krishna consciousness is preached all over the world, the darkness of ignorance and the anxiety of material existence will turn into the whiteness of purity, peacefulness, and prosperity. When the great sage Narad was chanting with the glories of the Lord, the blush line on the neck of Lord Shiva disappeared. Upon seeing this, Gauri, the wife of Lord Shiva, suspected Lord Shiva of the being someone else disguised as her husband, and out of fear she immediately left his company. Upon hearing the chanting of Krishna's name, Lord Balram saw that his dress had become white, although he was generally accustomed to a bluish dress, and the cowhead girls saw all of the water of the Yamuna river turn into milk, so they began to churn it into butter. In other words, by the spreading of Krishna consciousness. क्या चाहिए